The Curious Adventure. One bright morning in Gokul, the air was filled with the sweet songs of birds and the fragrance of blooming flowers. Baby Kana, with his sparkling eyes and a mischievous smile, was playing near the entrance of Nanda bhavan. His elder brother, Balaram, who was always by his side, watched over him with a mix of fondness and curiosity. "Kana, what are you up to now?" Balaram asked, noticing Kana's eyes fixed on the tall trees that bordered their home. Kana pointed to the trees. "Dawadatha, do you see that bird's nest? I want to see what's inside." Balaram chuckled softly. "Oh, Kana, always so curious. But that tree is too tall for us to climb." Kana, not one to be easily discouraged, looked up at Balaram with determination. "But Dawadatha, if we don't try, we'll never know. Come on, let's find a way." Balaram, knowing his brother's adventurous nature, smiled warmly and nodded. "All right, Kana, let's go on an adventure." The two brothers set off hand in hand toward the tree. The villagers, who were always amused by the little boy's antics, smiled as they watched them march away on their newest quest. When they reached the tree, Balaram gently lifted Kana onto his shoulders so he could reach the lower branches. Kana stretched his small hands forward, carefully gripping the branch, and slowly pulled himself up. "Be careful, Kana," Balaram called out, his voice filled with both concern and encouragement. Kana settled onto a sturdy branch and looked down with a wide grin. "Dawadatha, it's not so hard. You can come up too." Encouraged by Kana's confidence, Balaram began to climb. Though hesitant at first, he soon joined Kana on the branch, and together they climbed higher and higher, leaves rustling softly around them. At the top, they found the bird's nest Kana had been watching so eagerly. Inside were 3 tiny eggs, warm and safely nestled together. "Look, Dawadatha," Kana whispered excitedly. "They're so small. The mother bird must be very careful with them." Balaram nodded gently, touched by the sight. "Yes, Kana. We must be careful too and not disturb the nest." Kana reached out slowly, then paused. Instead of touching the eggs, he placed a soft feather he had found earlier beside them. "This is a gift for the mother bird," he said softly. "She'll be happy when she sees it." The two brothers sat quietly on the branch for a while, enjoying the view from above. Below them, the village of Gokul stretched peacefully, cows grazing in the fields, and the river Yamuna glistening under the warm sunlight. "Kana, this is the best adventure we've ever had," Balaram said, wrapping an arm around his little brother. Kana leaned into him, feeling safe and loved. "Every adventure with you is the best, Datha." As the sun slowly began to set, painting the sky in golden hues, the brothers decided it was time to return home. Carefully, they climbed down the tree, helping each other at every step. When they reached the ground, they turned back and looked up with proud smiles. "Let's keep this adventure our secret, Datha," Kana said with a playful wink. "It'll be our special memory." Balaram smiled and nodded. "Agreed, Kana. Our little secret." Hand in hand, their hearts full of joy, the brothers walked back to Nanda bhavan. Yashoda Maya was waiting for them, her eyes lighting up as she saw them approach. She gathered them into her arms, brushing dirt from their cheeks and leaves from their hair. "What mischief have my little ones been up to today?" she asked, laughing warmly. Kana and Balaram exchanged a knowing glance and smiled. "Nothing, Maya. Just a little adventure," Kana replied innocently. Yashoda Maya sensed their happiness and did not ask further. She served them a delicious meal, and the brothers ate together, their hearts still glowing from the day's adventure. And so, in the quiet village of Gokul, under the loving care of Yashoda Maya, Kana and Balaram shared another day of brotherly love and joyful exploration, their bond growing stronger with every adventure they shared. Thank you for listening. May Krishna's Leelas bring peace and happiness.